Have you ever asked yourself, where am I going to get the money to pay for school? Or is student loans the only way that I'm going to pay for school? Today, I'm going to show you 5 steps that you can take that will allow you to earn your bachelor's degree without any student debt. So let's go. Okay, for step number 1, we have earning college credit, and I'm specifically talking about earning college credit while you're still in high school. So first we have AP tests. These are classes that you would take in high school, and at the end of the semester or end of the year, you could actually take a test given by College Board that would give you college credit for that, and you'd only have to pay for that test rather than paying for the whole class in college. And then we have CLEP tests, also given by College Board, but you're not actually taking a high school class on it. You're just getting tested on knowledge you learned in high school that you could also receive college credit for. And you need to make sure to check on College Board. They have a spot where you can put in your university, and it will tell you which CLEP tests are available and what scores you need on those. And then lastly, we have dual credit, which is credit that you counts towards for high school and in college. And that's just a great way to earn college credit while you're still in high school. And that really depends from high school to high school. Some high schools have a lot of it, some don't have very much. And also AP, some high schools might have less classes and some have others. But if you can take advantage of any of those, they're just gonna save you money and speed up your college education. Okay, for number 2, I put do your research. And I'm really talking about knowing your university's scholarship and financial aid part of the website very well. So this means applying to every scholarship that you possibly can through your university, but also knowing the requirements and the different tiers to their scholarships. So usually scholarships have different brackets, and the top is usually like a presidential scholarship, and sometimes it will have the GPA you need for that. So in high school, that's something you can really focus on and work on getting to. If you're close to the next tier, really trying to boost your high school GPA. I wanted to throw in a little bonus tip for you guys because I think it'll really help you out in your application process. So many schools, because of COVID, are test optional, which means you can choose whether to submit your ACT and SAT score. And I think people might be asking themselves well, should I submit my score or not? And basically, if you have an above average score or you're scoring above the 50th percentile for the university to where you're applying to, you should be submitting that score, because your applications won't stand out as much already if you just have GPA and extracurriculars in high school. If you submit that score and it's good along with that, it'll solidify your case more for why you should be accepted compared to someone who just didn't submit any scores at all. Okay, so for number 3, we have external scholarships, and this may be one of the biggest ways that you can pay for your education. So external scholarships are just scholarships not offered by your high school or college. They're just online, and I've included 5 websites that will help you find those online. I'll link them in the description below, so I'll make it easier for you. But all of these, you'll be able to put in personal information like your degree, and it will cater scholarships specifically towards you. But what I want you to know is you're gonna get exactly what you put into this. Because if you are barely applying to any of these and you maybe do 10, then you're probably not gonna do very well. But think about it almost as a part-time job before you start school, the summer before you start school. And you come up with a plan and you're organized and you do this many per week, or you're gonna do it this many days of the week for this many hours, and you're applying to hundreds of scholarships, you can earn thousands of dollars. You set a goal for yourself and be I wanna earn $5,000 in scholarships, or I wanna earn $10,000. I wanna earn whatever I need so I don't have to take out loans. I just want you to know that applying to scholarships works and is something that you definitely should be doing if you're trying to go to college without taking out any loans. Okay, for number 4, I put community college / attend a cheaper school. So let's first talk about a community college. This can be a great option for many people. It doesn't work for everyone, but I think if you're really serious about going to school and not having to take out loans for it, community college should be something you should be looking at. So here I put the total tuition for 2 years at a community college compared to total tuition for 2 years at a public university. That's just national averages. And you can see that the for 2 years at a public school is more than double the 2 years of tuition at a community college. And this isn't even considering that many times at a community college, you might not be paying for room or board because you're still living with your parents. Whereas most time at a four-year university, you're paying for room and board. So that number would even be much greater, and you can really save so much money at a community college when you're really taking the same classes. They're just your gen eds pretty much in the first 2 years of college. So you're taking the same classes, you're saving a ton of money, and while it might not be as glamorous, I think you'll be thanking yourself later when you don't have debt and some of your friends that went to a four-year university that they couldn't afford have tons of debt. Okay, so I also put attend a cheaper school because along with everything else in life, there are things that are just out of our price range, whether it's cars or clothing. The same thing works with colleges. Because on one side of the spectrum, you have community college and then going to an in-state public university as like your cheapest option usually. And then on the very other side of the spectrum, you have a four-year private out-of-state school, like something like that. Like a school that you're gonna pay like $50,000 a year in tuition might be out of your price range, and you might just have to consider looking at applying to a different school, because if choosing a too expensive of a school can really hurt you financially years later when you're in your 30s and you're still trying to pay off student loans because you went to that top private school that was all the way across the country. Okay, so number 5, we have a part-time job, which it's pretty simple, but I think working while you're going to school is actually a really good idea. Whether you're just delivering pizzas or you're door dashing or you're working some type of part-time job, whether just a little extra spending money or something maybe more serious where you're an RA and the school actually pays for your room and board, which could save you thousands of dollars. But I think even finding a job on campus, whether the university is directly paying for your tuition or just giving you an hourly wage, is going to be a huge benefit for you financially. I hope you're starting to figure out what adding up these steps will do for you, because if you just think about it, say you earned some college credit in high school and you chose to attend a community college and live at home, you can get the first 2 years of your education done in under $5,000. And then you're going to transfer to a public university, which then you'll have to pay for tuition, and then you add on room and board, but you're probably not living on campus and paying for the school's meal plan, because it's cheaper if you can live off campus and buy your own food. And you can live below your means, buy cheaper food. You don't have to stay at the nicest place. You can save money that way too. I didn't really talk about that earlier. And then submitting your FAFSA, I didn't talk about that either, but on average in America, schools are giving out $7,000 in financial aid per year per student. So you have that to add to it as well. And then think about transfer scholarship you can get if you had a good GPA at the community college you went to. You can get anywhere from $2,000 to $4,000 per year in a transfer scholarship, more depending on where you're going to school at. And then you have the external scholarships through those 5 websites and other ones that you could find online. And then you add that with the work that you've been doing during the summer and working during the school. It's a very real possibility. It's things that I'm doing, and it's things that you can do. So ultimately, you can go through college debt-free and just be so much far ahead financially compared to your peers when they graduate with those massive student loans. You can just start earning money, start investing right out of school. I want you guys to let me know how you're saving for college in the comment section below. And if you found this video helpful, be sure to leave a like and consider subscribing if you want more content like this. Thanks again, guys, for watching the video, and I will see you guys next week.